Hey everyone. I have actually been on listening to all of the speakers earlier today, and thank you to Faith in Public Life for having this discussion. We oftentimes find ourselves as Muslim American women almost fighting for space or just wanting to be seen and included. So shout out to the folks at Faith in Public Life for having us. So it probably seems strange that I'm walking in the street right now. I went off the route of a march that's happening right now in Louisville, Kentucky. As many of you know, this is the home of Breonna Taylor, a young Black woman who was murdered at the hands of the Louisville Metro Police Department. It's been 6 months, actually over 6 months, since she's been murdered, and there really has been no justice in her case. What we do know is that the grand jury the grand jury has kind of convened, and now they're in deliberation. So we could be expecting an announcement, anytime. It could be tonight, tomorrow, the day after that. Nobody really knows. So the people are really on edge here. And so I hope, as people of faith, that you pray for the people of Louisville, that you pray for the family of Breonna Taylor, and that you pray that justice is truly served in this particular case. And for me, as a Muslim American woman, I left my family in New York and I moved out here to Louisville, Kentucky. I've been here indefinitely since August 7th, but have been traveling back and forth since May of this year. I broke quarantine actually to come to Louisville, Kentucky. When I heard about this case, and Tamika Mallory said to me, we need to go out there. There's no reason why a woman is murdered, a Black woman is murdered, and nobody around the country knows who this woman is, and her name is not trending, and people are not fighting across the country as they would for an Eric Garner or for a George Floyd or for the many other brothers that we know that have also been unfortunately murdered at the hands of the police. And so we've been here, and as a Muslim American woman, I would be nowhere else. This is what my faith teaches me to do. I've learned this from many other faith groups as well, that faith without action is not true faith. We can't just talk about it. We can't preach about it. We have to be in the streets about it. And I believe wholeheartedly that worship is also includes your feet. It includes your hands. It includes your tongue speaking truth to power. It's for me, I am in a place in my life where overall I've been disappointed with faith communities in general, including my own. And being out here in the streets here in Louisville, Kentucky, I've been looking around. I've seen a couple of faith leaders out here, but there is a lot of opportunity for people of faith to really come to the streets and be able to profess what the true ideals and principles and values of our various faiths when it comes to justice. And so that's what I believe that I'm doing. We have to be able to sacrifice something. And as a Muslim, one of the things that I believe and that I've been taught is that we as Muslims are only to fear God. And so I'm not afraid of white supremacists. I'm not afraid of the cops. I'm not afraid of critics without credentials in our movement. I'm not afraid of smear campaigns or vilification campaigns. I want justice, and I want to get it by any means necessary, because our faiths also teach us that there is many ways and many pathways to justice, and that we all have blessings that God has given us. And God has given me many blessings. He has given me healthy children. He has given me education. He has given me a house and a home. He has given me everything that I need, and has given me a tongue and hands and feet and intellect. And I'm going to use every blessing that God has given me to protect his creation. And so I'm just grateful and feel blessed that I even have the opportunity to do this work as a Muslim American woman. And my participation in this movement has not only allowed me to do this work that I deeply care about, but it's also allowed me to educate people about who Muslims are, what we believe, and also in particular about Muslim American women. I did hear earlier some sisters on this call who talked about, the stress of and the frustrations oftentimes in being in Muslim spaces. I think those frustrations come with any spaces where men dominate. It's the patriarchy. And one of the things that I've done in the course of my work in the Muslim American community, and many of you know me, is got to meet people where they're at. We have to be able, in all of our faith traditions, unteach patriarchy. We have to unteach misogyny. We have to unteach sexism. We have to unteach centuries of text taking out of context. And I think that we all have a duty and responsibility to, particularly for the next generation, to do that. So I wanted to show you all something since I'm already here. I think it's something that kind of will hopefully ground and center us all, for us to remember also as women of faith to kind of come together and unite around an issue that impacts um, many women in this country, including, of course, and more specifically, Black women. But this right here is um, the memorial of Breonna Taylor. This is the occupation that has happened here and that has been led by women, and many of them being women of faith that are here. Louisville is a very faithful city. Everyone's connected to a religious institution. They have also commemorated others who have been killed in these little plaques that you see here on the ground. And this is a memorial that is always targeted by police, and the community has protected it. And so in the same way that we see folks protecting this memorial and protecting this park, and all the protesters that are in it that you will see around, who stay out here every day. These are the people of Louisville. These are the protesters of Louisville. Brilliant, community oriented. This is the family out here of people who have dedicated much of their time to justice. And I'm just blessed to be amongst them, and feel oftentimes, even in a protest space, I feel like this is a spiritual journey that we're all on. I'm here on a spiritual journey with all these people. And I hope that, and I pray, and I hope that we all pray together as women of faith, that we get justice for Breonna Taylor. So thank you all at Faith in Public Life, and to all those who are part of this panel today. And I hope that this week brings us some good news.